Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Who is all out there media? Good afternoon to land. It is me through the technical challenges. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you that the enemy just trying to do something. But you know what? Chanel and I was speaking back in the studio in the background. We was like, you know what? This must gonna be some powerful stuff today. So we are excited about that. Join when you join in, give us some love in the chat. So we're just gonna go ahead this morning. So Chanel, thank you so much. As you know, I was doing collaboration over competition last year, and I kept, I'll go back and I'll look at the videos, and I was reminiscing. I'm like, oh my gosh, they were such good talks, and it had been in my spirit to bring it back. And you reached out, you was like, hey, you should bring those talks back, and then it was like, yeah, I think I told you, like, yeah, it's been in my spirit, think about it. And then it took me a little bit more time, but I'm like, you know what, Lord, okay, I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back because it's time to introduce other women to the community and hear their experiences of this topic of competition and how to get that competitive spirit out of us and become more collaborative, right? So Sha'Nail Mo'Nick Lee, the infamous Sha'Nail Mo'Nick Lee, has she agreed to be my first guest. This is the reboot, y'all. It's the reboot of collaboration over competition. The conversation continues. Reboot. And we are so excited to be here with you today. We're not going to hold you long. I know a Saturday is a beautiful day. We want to get on out there in this beautiful weather. So we'll only be on here about 30 minutes. But I want to ask Chanel, last year I used to introduce my guests, but I want you to introduce yourself, right? I want you to tell us who you are, why you do what you do, and how we can, well, we'll find out how to connect with you later. Just tell us who you are and why you do what you do.
Well, my name is Chanel Monique Lee. I'm married now. I always say that. I got to give a big ups to my husband. And basically, I am a influencer. I'm an entrepreneur. I am an author. I'm a publisher. I wear so many hats that I have my own lip gloss business. I have elite business women, and I have a magazine, a directory, also my own eyelash line. So I am a multifaceted entrepreneur, which basically I give other women the opportunity to collaborate with each other as well. Like we collaborated, but
Yes.
also I give other women opportunity to shine. And show their talents, because I believe that we're strong as our sister. And
Yes.
so majority of the times I do the things that I do because I've always been the loner. I always been the one that never had. I don't have a sister, so I don't have any sisters. I'm the oldest cousin, so it feels like I'm always the one that has to be the strongest one. And a majority of the times, I want to, show women that the love that I really didn't get. I feel like I didn't get. And I want to be that encouraging word that the women don't get. I
Yeah.
want to be that light that shines on their talents and their gifts that they don't get recognition for.
Mm,
And
mm,
so, and that builds women up. And so,
yes.
and that's why I do what I do. I mean, like I said, I'm a multifaceted entrepreneur. I'm also by day, I am a enrollment specialist at a mental health
Mhm.
counseling facility.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, people think
Nice.
I work the job, but
Yes.
how
Yes.
do
But
you
I can relate. I can
listen?
relate.
How do you fund your dreams? Working for somebody else.
Come on. Come on. Until you don't have to. Come on.
Exactly.
Come
Come on
on.
now. That you
Let's
better
teach
use
them. Let's
that.
teach them today.
That's right.
Yes.
And so, and then also, I'm a lupus survivor. I'm over 12 years lupus survivor, a thriver. I say, have a Fight for Lupus organization, and the Fight for Lupus organization is helping people connect people with kidneys, livers, and giving them funds to be able to live a normal life,
Wow.
because living with lupus is not normal.
No.
It's not a
No.
normal to
No.
it. So,
No.
but that's a
Wow.
little bit about what I do. So.
Wow. 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 Like I need some flashers or something to come up on the screen because that's a lot. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear what she do? She do everything. She do everything, not every everything. That's what she do.
Oh,
She
and
done
I
told
forgot.
us.
I can't forget
Oh,
this. I can't
oh,
forget this.
okay, okay.
I do have me and my husband have a ministry called Mountain Movers. We just started,
Nice,
but we do
nice.
have many different ministries called the Married to Ministry under there as well. And he
Mhm.
has I'm helping him with his Building Giants Men group. And
Wow.
so it's a lot of different ministries that we have, and we just started. Mountain
Oh
Movers
my
coming out.
gosh.
Let me
Yeah.
put a little shameless plug this Sunday at 4:30. So join in for a real word from the Lord. I tell you.
Now tell me again, like at 4:30, what did you say this is?
It's called Mountain Movers, our
Mountain
ministry.
Movers. Okay,
Yes,
at
our
4:30 on
ministry.
Sunday. Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Oh, well, I thought I heard movie, but you know what? Maybe that was the spirit.
Hey, you prophesied. I told
Maybe
you.
that was the spirit.
I
That's what I was
already
like. Did
told
she
you,
say
prophet.
movie?
I done already told you.
That's what I heard. Like, did she say movie at 4:30? Oh
I
my
done
gosh.
told you, prophet. I done told you.
She did tell me, y'all. She told me, and it's like, okay. I mean, we shall see. I never say what the Lord will not do. Right? Never say what He won't do for you. Um, Chanel, your portfolio. Everything you said is amazing. And I love what you said because it's so true. I work a 9 to 5 too. That's what I call it. I'm not really working 9 to 5, right? I'm like 8:30, 4:30, but you know what I mean. I
Yes.
work a 9 to 5 too, and I do a lot. It's not like I'm just sitting there twiddling my thumbs. It's a lot of work involved in what I do. And then I do the other things that I do. And I always say that it takes a special type of person because we lead busy lives. And then to do the extra things that God has called us to do, we do it for His glory. That's why it doesn't feel like it's work. It's our purpose. It's our passion. And it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't feel like work, although we are working, is something we're passionate about. So we don't mind. You know, we can easily say, okay, I'm done with work for the day. I'm about to chill, lay down, watch a movie, do whatever, right? But we go that extra step, which a lot of us do. So I think it's very important that people realize that no, Chanel is not on social media all day posting. Chanel actually works another job too, and she takes the time to do these things. So I just love it, love it, love it.
Woo.
Thank you for being a part of it, and we're gonna go on ahead and get into it. Okay, so last year, and I think this is a good thing to continue. We're going to talk about the same questions because it's the same conversation. The conversation continues. It's just a different lady, a different phenomenal woman who has different experiences to help other women out there with this competitive stuff and learning how to collaborate. So, what is your theme song for this year and why?
You did ask me that.
I did, lady. What is? I need to know what it is because we need to be inspired.
Yes. So my theme song is listen, I kind of gotta let me pull it up really quick. Hold on, because I
Sure,
have a
sure.
lot of songs that I do listen to that
Yeah.
but it's one of my theme songs because I deal with lupus is
Okay.
it's called, I don't know if you guys have heard it, but I'm gonna tell you the name of it because it's William Murphy, The Just Shall
Okay.
Live. That is my
Oh,
theme song.
okay.
The
Nice.
just shall live. And with
Okay.
that song, it's because last year, I was fighting a lot of illnesses, and I mean, well, just in and out the hospital. And
Absolutely. Yeah.
so when I heard that song, "The just shall live and not die," and declare the works of the Lord, and
Mhm.
I mean that has been one of my theme songs. And then "My Portion" by
Oh, wow.
Jakala Carr. My portion.
I love it.
This is my portion. This is what God has told me that I'm gonna have. So
Yes.
I use those two because of my health. I
Yes.
want it. I keep inspiring myself. Look, I'm not gonna be sick. I shall live. I shall not
Yes.
die.
Claim it.
The doctors gave me a 50-50 chance and
Yeah.
only 5 years to live 12 years ago.
Come on
So
now. Look at God.
I
Look
know.
at
So I
God.
keep that in my mind. The
Yeah.
just shall live.
Yes. Yes. And you are here for a reason. We all are here for a reason. We just weren't born to be here and do nothing. We all have gifts. We all have purpose. We have a purpose. Are you walking in that purpose? Are you living your purpose? Do you know what your purpose is? Because we can help you. We can help you get there. It is typically what you're passionate about and sometimes what you're running from.
Ooh,
Okay. Because a lot of times you're like, wait a minute, now I don't know if I want to do it
mhm.
because you're scared. But you know what? My very good bestie, one of them said her mother told her, do it scared. So just do it scared.
Do it.
We all are human. We There was a first time we all had to do everything, right? So it's like you got to step out there, and the more you do it, the better you become at it, and the better you become comfortable and using those gifts and allowing God to use you. Thank you so much for that. Love those songs.
And so it's also, if you a generational curse breaker, you're gonna have
Ooh,
to do it
you
scared.
got
It ain't no business model for what me and you are doing right now,
come on,
because we're actually creating things that have never been created before.
speak
So
it,
that's a scary thing. What things that I've
speak
been
it.
doing in my life have been scary. It haven't been scary, but I know that this is my purpose, because
Yes,
I'm the curse breaker. Everything stops with me.
yes.
So
She
I'm
better.
gonna keep.
She preaching.
Yeah,
She preaching. She
no, I'm
preaching
just saying, because people
because
have
it's
to
true.
say you do it
Yeah.
scared, but you do it because you know that this is your purpose. God has a
Yes.
plan, and God ain't no failure in God. Ain't
None.
no failure, so
There
you
is no
not
failure.
gonna fail.
There is
Especially
no
when He's
failure.
giving you that vision and that promise that you shall have good success. You
Yes.
already prosperity and success is yours. Come on, somebody
He
got
already told us that it's very good. And it's
it's
very, very
very good.
good.
What?
And that's it. Come on now. We're about to have some church on the collaboration of competition this Saturday. I love it. I love it. And I love it.
You know,
Um,
okay, stop.
but it is so true. And I remember my very first video that I did on social media. I go back and look at that thing sometimes every now and then because I literally was scared. I saw it all in my face, terrified. And it's like, what were you scared of, Tanya? After the fact, right? But terrified. Now you can get me to hush on the social media. I pop up on there. Y'all know, oh, okay, yeah, I'll come on there and do it. But it was that doing it scared part. So I love it, love it, love it. So what are some examples of when you have been in a competitive situation? And if you have more than one, then just narrow it down to two. And it doesn't necessarily mean that, you were doing something. It might be someone did it to you or they put you in a situation. So let us know what your experience was with that.
And Miss Tanya, to think, I have those things happen all the time, and I
Mhm.
think that sometimes I think it's a test to see how I behave, if He
Yeah.
can use me and take me to the next level,
Hmm.
because He tests our heart. God's look at the heart. He doesn't the outer. He knows no, but He looks at your heart. How will you
Yes.
respond? Even though people mistreat you, like I had an incident where I was in a ministry and I had a person that competed everything that I did. They tried to downplay it and make it look like it was theirs.
Oh,
It was
wow.
their idea. It was them. I could never get any kind of recognition for it. And
Mm.
what I did was I didn't let that stop me from believing and having faith in God. What
Yeah.
I did was I prayed for them.
See,
I'm just I
see,
pray that God, listen, whatever it is that they have a competition or their spirit against me or they are against me, I
yeah.
pray for them, because
Yeah.
God, they don't know what they do, because it's not me. I'm showing love. I'm here to show love to you. But
That's
some
right.
people, like I was talking with my husband, they don't know what love
They
is.
don't they don't know what it is. So they don't know how to receive it.
Yeah, exactly. They
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
they think it's always something, you're trying to up on them, or you're trying to
Exactly.
manipulate them. I don't have to manipulate. I
Come
don't
on.
have to have a up on you. I don't have to benefit off you, honey. I
No,
got God in my life.
that's right.
That's enough.
That's
That's enough.
enough. That is enough.
That's enough.
Yeah, yeah, and I heard you say too, it was in the ministry, and that's what can be so disappointing. And thank God for your faith and your growth in Him that you recognize what it was, which is a spirit. It's not that person. We
Yeah,
wrestle against principalities and spirits. It's not against flesh, right?
yeah.
And so when we realize that and we understand that we're still human. Please don't get me wrong. Sometimes I gotta take a step back because I'm gonna say something. Like I'm just being real with it. Like
The
you got
old you,
you got to take a
old
step back for
you.
a second before it come out, and you like, wait a minute, and let me recognize this for what it is, right?
Yeah.
And knowing that you can go into prayer for your sister, that's what it's about. It's not taking anything from you to do that, to pray for her. It's not taking anything from you. And I know that feeling of when someone takes credit for what you've done. I've been in that situation in the workplace, and it was someone who looked like me, who was in a
Yeah.
manager position. And I'm like, seriously, we're supposed to be helping each other, not you taking the credit for something. And you didn't have to say, Tanya did this. You could have said the team.
The
I'd have been
team.
okay with that. But you said, I, me. She kept referring to herself. And
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I'm like, she just, but I had to sit there and hold my tongue through exactly what you mean, Chanel, about, that how you overcame that. You said you prayed. Was there anything else that you did? Did you talk with this individual about it at all? Or did you just say, I'm going to give it to God and walk away? What did you do?
Well, what I did was I sometimes people want to, they have their own insecurities that they're dealing with.
Yeah.
And a lot of women deal with insecurity. So when they see another woman that challenges them, that challenge their their being, and that does a lot of things naturally better than
Right.
them, they
Yeah.
they also they turn into that competitive spirit.
Mm,
And it's a terrible thing that women do that instead of evaluating themselves.
right.
I evaluated my heart. How can I, let her feel like I'm not here to be in competition. I'm here to be your sister.
Right.
And
Right.
so I looked at it and I said, you know what? The best thing for me to do is not fight this battle. I,
Okay.
I said, you know what? She can have this. That's
Okay.
that's her lane.
Yeah.
Look, because God, evidently God had another lane for me.
Come on.
If He took me out of that situation,
Yeah.
he had another lane for me to go.
Yeah.
And so that, let her have her lane. Evidently, this is something that she's willing to fight and willing to fuss with a sister, not look at her own self. And that's not of God to me. That's not a God,
No.
is not a God of chaos and
No.
confusion.
No,
So
ma'am.
I'm not gonna be confusion and tell, and I don't even say speak of it, or even I just let that person, they'll show themselves. People will see that in them. They'll see that spirit in them. So you ain't got to say nothing. You ain't even got to defend yourself. God fight that battle, and He took me another direction, and He took me to my own brand, my own line,
Come
my
on.
own ministries, my own businesses. He took me and told me to focus, stop focusing on this, because that's not where I want you. That's not where I can use you to be the influencer that you are, because she's gonna
Yeah.
she's gonna over try to overpower
Come
you
on.
every time. So I'm gonna take you a different
Every
direction,
time.
and I'm gonna give you your own
Hmm.
instead of being up
Oh my
under
God.
somebody else's.
Look at God. And look at that. And look how it worked out. So not only did you obey the Holy Spirit and what you were being told to do, you did it. You trusted in what you were being told. You let it go, because as humans we can hold on to that, resentment or things like that. You was like, you know what, this is not my battle to fight. I know I don't mean this sister any harm. I'm just trying to help. And apparently this is not my lane. That's what you told yourself. Apparently this is not my
I
lane,
know.
so let me get out of her way and let her go ahead and do what she need to do. But you did it in love, is what I'm hearing. You didn't do it with any ill will feelings. You didn't, snap your fingers, roll your neck. You didn't do any of that. You was like, you know
I
what?
found
I'm going to walk away in love. And you know what? God will handle her or deal with her in whatever way that He chooses to. I'm going to move on out the
out.
way. I love that. I love that. Oh my God. Y'all, she teaching us today, because I know we've been through it. I know I have. And I'm sure most women have, because although we are different, we share similarities as women. This is why this ministry that I do with Design with a Purpose is so important to me, because we have had similar walks. We can relate
Yeah,
to each other in so many ways. And this competitive spirit that a lot of women have, I can't speak to it from a man's perspective. I'm not a man. I can't speak to it from a sporting or athletic perspective, right? To me, that's something different. I'm talking about your sister that you see out here doing her thing. And instead of you trying to help her or support her, congratulate her, collaborate with her, you're instead talking about her or trying to bring her down, or I'm not going to buy this from her. And that's fine. Somebody else will. I'm not going to support her. That's fine. Someone else will. I know you know this, Chanel, because I've seen your posts and things. I follow you. I follow this sister because she is the truth. But one of the things you said was You know, your family or friends may not support you, but someone else will. And because local people don't support you, that means you're global. Oh my God, that did something to my spirit that day when I read that, because it's the truth. We up here worrying. I know I had to get dealt with. I was so worried about, well, why doesn't this person, why won't they come to my events? Or why won't they like this? Why won't they share that? God told me, if I can't trust you with 10, I can't trust you with 10,000. You up here worrying about what these 10 people got to say. How can I trust you with what 10,000 people got to say?
Come on,
Come on now.
come on.
That was a word, and it's real. It's real. I love that.
And that's what
But
and since that's what I have to tell, try to get people to expand their minds and
yeah,
like
yeah.
think like this on a bigger level.
Yes.
Jesus couldn't do miracles in his own hometown. So what do
Come
you
on.
think that these people that know your story, these people know where you came from. They know
Come
you
on.
came from the pits. They know that you're making your way up and your none of your family has done what you're doing. They know these things,
Jesus.
but they don't want to support you because
Come
they
on.
don't want you to outgrow them. They
Come on. You better
they don't
preach.
want you to be somebody that they're not. Come on,
Come on.
they
Speak
can't
it.
support
Speak
what
it.
you are becoming
Yeah.
because they're
Mhm.
still in the same place that they was in 1999.
You better tell it.
So
You better speak on
I
it.
just be wanting the people to expand their mind because sometimes you
Yes.
have to do it with nobody. I've did it with
That's right.
I moved to a whole new town with nobody, not knowing
Wow.
nobody, just figuring it out myself, and then
Mm.
and then having to network with different people and understanding that my spirit is different from everybody else's. My
Yes.
mindset
Yes.
is totally different. I had to grow up
Yes.
before my time. So when people are having an immature mindset, my mindset had to be mature to take care of a
Come on.
baby at 16.
Come
Come
on.
on,
Yeah.
you
Come
can
on
be
now. You better
immature
talk
and
about it.
take care of a child at 16 and think you're gonna make it out here being immature mindset, that childish
Talk about it.
mindset. So
Yeah.
we as women have to grow up and mature and understand that your sister is not your competition.
Come
She's
on.
actually proof that you can do it if you actually get to know her. Stop judging a book by the
Yes.
cover. Don't look at me and think
Yes.
that I come this come easy. I battle every day with something that tries to kill me, and I don't even
Come on.
look like it. You be like, that girl look
Come on.
good today. Yeah, but she don't
Yeah.
fighting lupus and it's trying
That's
to
right.
kill
That's right. No, you talking about it because it's the truth,
her.
and that's the thing too with social media. You know, it's this instant gratification, and people are seeing the end results. They don't know the work that went into it or the work that continues to go into it. You can't just say, "Oh, I want to be an influencer," for example, on social media. You're not putting in the work. That is not how it works.
Exactly.
That you have to put the work in. You have to do those posts. You have to build those pages back up. One of the things that you told me when it was last year, Design with a Purpose event, and before the event, I met with you and the other speaker and the MC just to get us all on the same page with agenda, all that great stuff that I do as a planner mind. And you had just said that your Facebook page, I think it had been hacked or something like that, and they had taken it down, and you was kind of going back and forth with Facebook to put it back on, and you ended up having to create a whole new page and all of that. And I think it was Dominique who said this to you. It's meant for you to go to in another level, something like that. She said that's
Yeah.
because it's not meant for you. It's meant for you to do something different, a different focus. And I want to say it wasn't what this was in October. We are in April now. This, come on, guys. She already back over and then over and beyond what her following was. Are you freaking kidding me? And she done started another page with her ministry. You have to put in the work. And you also should, okay, believe in what you're doing.
Mhm.
Okay. And not just doing it for show. You're doing it to help someone else. That's what she's doing. She's building her brand. That is her brand, and her brand is to help encourage and inspire other people. That's what she's doing. I love
Yeah.
it. That's why
And
she's here on this here platform, because this is what I promote, right? And I'm
exactly.
not going to have anyone else on here that's not of the same mindset. So I
And
love it.
you do your work too because you comment, you love posts. People don't understand that interactions on Facebook is what gets you noticed.
Come
That's
on.
what gets people to see your posts.
Yeah,
Most people want to hate and stroll past your sister post because she's doing something really good, or you see her starting a business, or you see her starting a ministry, and you roll past it because you hating, but you don't understand that you don't predict her value. You don't predict what people see in her because
that's right.
she's on other people posts showing the love of God and
That's right.
loving their posts, congratulating them, sharing their posts. That's
That's
what
right.
Facebook is, interaction. And not
Hmm.
only with them taking my Facebook page down, says Tanya, I end up starting the Elite Business Women Directory,
Yes.
so .org, so that people could collaborate, put their profiles. So if, say if your profile gets stolen, say if something happened and you lose all the followings like I did, I lost everything, videos of family and everything. Say
Hmm.
if you lose all that stuff, how would you cope? I had to think about it. I
Wow.
said, God had another level for me. He had
Yes.
something else for me to do. And so,
Yes.
not creating that, I'm able to connect offline. It's actually online, but I'm able to create a connection with people
Yeah.
that I'm connecting with offline, so that I don't have to worry about if I lose them on Facebook. I'm
Come
able to
on.
connect with them through the
Jesus.
Elite Business Women Directory, and I got my listings, and I got
That,
my.
that's that's nothing but a gift. That's nothing but a gift because everyone's not thinking like that, and it's because of your experience, and that's what we should. What did I learn from this? How can I help somebody else?
Oh,
That's what you. That's what you're doing.
I cried about that
I,
Facebook
I
picture.
bet you did because it was a lot of work, and there's no shame in that. That's real. That was how you was feeling at the moment, right? And but you got yourself together, and here we are. So, what inspires you as a woman?
Other women inspire me, like you're inspiration to me,
Thank you.
Tanya. I
Thank
mean,
you.
ever since I've met you, your heart, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you do things in a spirit of excellence, I mean, that's such an inspiration. When I came to the experience that you had, your event, it was just so immaculate, it was so beautiful, it was so
Thank
fun,
you.
and it was so loving. I mean, everybody was loving. And when that's an inspiration to
Mhm.
other women, to find somebody that they can connect with, that's kindred spirits.
Yeah.
I mean, we've known each other for what, 20 some years on Facebook, but to
It's been a
experience
long time, but the experience in person and together.
15 to
Yes.
20 years. So, on
Yes.
Facebook, but to experience that and the love that you showed and the way that you do things,
Thank you.
that's an inspiration to me because I love women that do that
Mm.
do things like that,
Yeah.
you
I
know.
appreciate that. I appreciate you.
Because I
Yeah.
don't look at celebrities for inspiration because they have to put on a front.
Mm.
That's not who they really are in behind closed doors. I look at women that are in front of me, the ones that are doing it day to day, that are
Yes.
showing you, that are being an inspiration on Facebook, that are posting to encourage other women. Your group
Yeah.
encouraged so many women. I know I
Thank
go
you.
up there and I get encouraged all the time from your
Thank you.
page. And that's
Thank
the
you.
ones that we should be over here celebrating. The
Yeah.
ones that's right in front of us, and stop looking for the famous ones or ones with the most likes or
Come
the
on.
ones with the most this and following. No, it's the ones that's doing it every day, like
Every day.
you. Yes,
Thank you so
that
much.
inspires me.
I truly appreciate that. And you the same. Like women like you and other women is exactly why I do what I do. And then hearing the confirmation every now and then, like what you just said, I appreciate that to know that it's not in vain. And when someone sends me a message in Messenger or something like, "Oh my gosh, that really inspired me. Thank you so much." It's those little things. I don't have to do it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying that to be funny or anything. I'm just being real. I don't have to, but I know it's what God has called me to do, and I'm
Yes.
doing what He's asked me to do. And He will grow me in whatever way He chooses to, and whatever time He chooses to. I'm going to remain faithful in that. So thank you so much. I
Amazing.
truly appreciate that. You said how you collaborate with women already, right? But I want you to go a little more into detail about just a little bit more of collaboration that you do. I know maybe you can talk about your live talks and your awards and all those things. I would love to hear more about that.
So I like to collaborate with other women. Like I like to do shows with you, and you. I love to have you on my platform, like always we have had.
Yes.
Because I mean, and it's just the being that heart. Like I said, the heart. It's the heart for me.
Yeah.
You know, I can tell I have a strong spirit of discernment, and
Yep.
my husband say sometimes I'm too sensitive.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit sensitive because I can look. You ain't running game. You don't understand. I done been around the block and back, and I done graduated from the
Come
block.
on.
So you're not talking to no slow chicken over here. You're not
Yeah.
talking to no little hen. I ain't want pigeon plucking. Um,
Okay. Come on with it. I love it. I
that's
love
it.
it.
So people don't understand because they don't see like the story
Yeah.
on the other page. They seen the story behind me or who what
Yeah.
I do. They don't
Mhm.
understand that it's been years, collaborating with women.
Yeah.
I collaborated with so many women in North Carolina with the events of our nonprofits. I was on
Hmm.
different speaking on different events, and so what I did was I did a lot of volunteering for others' events. So I said, you know what? God told me to create your own. He said create your
Okay.
own. And so
All right.
now that and then I would collaborate and I would apply for different award shows and stuff, and it would be so much how do I put it, I ain't gonna say cliquish for the
I was.
award shows.
This is this. I knew this where you was going because I feel it. You already. I'm probably not gonna really get it because they already have in mind because they got their own little
Yeah, they
deal.
already got their
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
or
I
they,
do.
they got their favorites. And so
Yeah. Yeah.
with me, I'm not like that. I want people to be awarded for their hard work because I've always been overlooked for the
Yeah.
things that I do. And it's never been good enough for the norm because it would make them look bad.
Come on with it.
They can't highlight you
They
because
can't.
they
Huh?
they, they, they insecurities in it to
Yeah.
make them look bad.
Come
But
on.
with me, it's like I want women to get the recognition that they deserve. I don't care if
Yes.
it's in a clique. I don't care what church you go to. I
Come
don't care
on.
what color, creed. I don't have a status quo. You got to have a degree. You dumb this
Come on. I
behind your
love it.
no.
I love it. No.
And so with the elite business women's, I nominate. I got over 200 nominees, and
Yes.
we having that show come
And
up.
growing.
Yes, and that's the thing. It's so many
Yeah.
other women were nominated, but their insecurities about, I guess, me dealing with what I was doing, supporting what I
Oh.
was doing, caused them not to support it or not to
Oh.
respond to the
But that's
emails.
okay. We're gonna keep on rolling then.
Oh, girl, no, 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 no. Let me just tell you, God don't want those spirits connected to
Come
you
on.
because
That's
they
right.
will. Let me just tell you, they will mess up, taint your business. They will taint your award show because they're connected to the wrong spirit. He don't want
Speak on
nothing
it.
that's gonna taint your business. That's gonna
Speak on it.
taint your organization. He will not
Hmm.
let you connect to that
No.
because he can't get the glory out of it.
That's right.
So
You better
I
speak
don't
on it.
even worry about that. I said
Yeah.
that's his protection for
That's
me.
right. That's exactly what it is.
And
And
so,
and thank you for recognizing that. Thank God you recognize that. That's
oh
what it's about.
yeah,
That's when you know you're growing spiritually because you recognize that you're like, okay, well, keep on moving with who
yeah,
is. It's not meant to be,
they
and move
spirit
on.
ain't right.
Yeah.
They can't handle.
Yeah.
Dark can't handle light.
Mm-mm.
Dark can't
No.
stand. It can't come mix with the light. Clean can't
Mm-mm.
mix with the unclean.
Come on
Come on
now.
now. So if they ain't right, they can't mix with me. I'm gonna just
Mm-mm.
say I put it out there, and that's with the spirits being having kindred spirits. If their heart
Yes.
ain't right, they definitely can't mess with me because they
Yeah.
got to get they heart right to deal
Hmm.
with me because I will call it out. Like that
Yeah.
ain't right. I
Mm-mm.
do it all the time. Be like, that ain't even right. But you know how I do it my supposed. That
Yeah.
ain't
That's
right
not.
for you to act that way.
It's
That
not.
ain't
Cause and
right.
there's no reason for it. It's none.
No, we women,
There's no
we
reason for
all
it.
trying. It's enough room for all of us to make it.
So
And
much space. So much
if you
space for all.
collaborate, it's so much we can accomplish.
Oh my
But when
God.
we in competition, it's going to take away from the cause, the
That's
impact
right.
on
That's right.
others.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah.
that's what I love to do with the Elite Business Women
Yeah.
magazine. I mean, you in there, everybody, even that got nominated, is
Yeah.
in the Elite Business Web magazine that's coming out next week. And
Yeah.
so I don't have you can't be in it because you're not in my clique. No,
Right.
everybody that was nominated is in my magazine for
I
the
love
Elite
it.
Business Women's
Yeah. I love that.
magazine.
Yes. Oh my God,
So
I love that. And again, I just love what you're doing, and I know it's genuine. And I think that's why people are drawn to you, Chanel, because they feel the genuineness. They know it's not fake. They know it's not, you trying to get over on them or something like that. They recognize the genuineness. And you said it earlier, discernment. I too feel like I have that very strong feeling of discernment, and I just know I may not say anything, but trust me, I've already read the vibe and I've already caught it. We don't have to be in the same room. I just pick up on it. It's something about it. Apostle Keller, which you're familiar with, Apostle, I believe, but she teaches on the spiritual gifts, and so the discernment one I definitely attended, and I love that because it is so true. And I don't have to say a word. I feel it. I may not say a word to you,
what you
and I
feel,
don't have to. I
yeah.
just know, kind of got to watch myself around this, or may want to be sure, if I do communicate, kind of keep that a little bit limited, or keep my eyes open here, right? Because you can tell when someone is genuine, you can tell when someone is corruptive, you can sense it, you can sense their
And
spirits.
it's a terrible thing that we have to go through that. So it's like
Yeah,
I don't like I fight enough against my body and
that's right.
against the spirits that come
Yeah.
at me, these
Mhm.
warfare that I go
Come
through.
on,
I don't
I don't
have
have
to
time for that.
fight my sister. Like I wish women would heal and before they get like it's a healing process that take place first.
Yes,
You
yes, it
you have
is.
to heal your soul. You have
Yeah,
to heal your heart from
yes.
hurt. Your sister, you'll forgive a guy that hurt you a million times, but your sister,
Come on.
you'll have a odd against her or have a grudge against her for years and won't
Come
even
on.
talk to her. But this no good Paul over here can, and I hope ain't nobody named Paul,
Let's watch it.
but he
You just
can.
throwing out a name, y'all. Don't take it personal.
I thought about the Bible, Paul in the Bible.
There we go.
But he can hurt you a million
Yes,
times.
yes.
He can do stuff to degrade you, put you, I mean, just put you out there and you still forgive him.
Jesus.
But your sister
Come on.
that didn't know she was hurting you and you didn't go to her and tell her that you had a problem with what she did. Sometimes it's miscommunication or not
That's
even
right.
communicating your feelings to another person and you hurt for years.
Nine
Come
times
on.
out of 10, it's miscommunication. Just 9 times out of 10, it is.
It is.
That's why we need to just, if that's my sister, I should be able to come and talk to you. I should be
Exactly.
able to say, you know what, you said something the other day, and I just want to be sure, what you meant by that. And for me, I kind of learned that because everything's not personal. Like you said before, we don't know what people are struggling with internally. We don't know if maybe they're having a bad day or something. And so try not to take stuff so personal all the time, and so I might have to take a day to process that. Like, okay, well, that was a little bit odd and different. And if it's still bothering me, it's a few things. I had a chance to think about it and calm down. And I had a chance to use my words wisely and properly. So I'm not saying anything crazy
That's right.
to her. And we can have a conversation. And then if it's not bothering me the next day, I let it go. Because it meant it wasn't for me. You know what I mean? We just have to learn that we all are different in how we're going to handle stuff like that. And that's just what I choose to do. So y'all if I got one more question for her, and I'm gonna let y'all go. I know I said I was letting y'all go at
I,
12 o'clock. I got one more question.
yeah.
So what advice would you give to a woman who may be experiencing competition, or going through something, and how can you what advice would you give them of how to turn that into collaboration, or at least a positive experience, so she doesn't walk away feeling let down, or kind of felt like she'd been dragged. You know what I mean? How can you what advice can you give her
So how what advice I can give her for if she's feeling like
if she's been
competition?
put in a competitive situation? What can you help her
First of
with?
all, I want to tell her that ain't your friend. I'm just saying that ain't your friend.
Right? Not at
If
all.
that you have to understand why are we still calling them friends and they got a competitive spirit. Why
Oh,
they want to take your life. So
oh,
you that's not your friend.
come
So
on.
the first thing I give her is to step away from that situation
Yeah.
because we react to things off of past trauma in our life that happened in our life. Like you said, back in the day, they don't know you, they don't know me back in the day,
Yeah.
and so I have to, the stuff that will tempt but trigger me, I step away from.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's a
so
good one. That's
I
a
don't
good one.
I'm never going back to a grade that I already graduated from.
Come on. Woo.
So
Yeah.
you can't let people take you back to a space that you healed from.
Yeah. Oh my
And
God.
so step away. Then how to turn it into competition? I mean, how to collaboration.
Collaborative or positive. Yeah.
How
Yeah.
you do that is you show love.
Oh, I
Some
love
women
it.
stop communicating with other women, but what you do is you continue to encourage them. You
Yeah.
continue to love their post. Don't stop loving their post. Don't you know they got a competitive spirit? God just showed you their true colors. If He
Mm.
shows you who they are, then
Yeah.
you turn around and be that love that they missing, because evidently
Mm-mm-mm.
something that's unhealed inside of them.
Oh my God. Now that's a word. That's a word. And I love it all because it's true and it's helpful. This is why I like to speak to different women, because we all have gone through something different and we all have different approaches to it. And hopefully this is going to help the next woman out there who's watching. We don't know, she may be going through this right now, right? Something, some type of competitive spirit somewhere. And she's like, what in the world is going on? Where did this come from? And so hopefully we've helped her realize what she needs to do. So the last thing I want to ask you is, how can we connect with you? You are this great, powerful woman of God, as we can see. You're doing all these wonderful things out here in the community with collaborating. You are collaboration. Y'all go to the dictionary and look up collaboration. Y'all go see Sha'Nail Mo'Nick Lee's picture right beside the word. Like, I'm being real. She is the walking billboard of collaboration. So how can we connect with you?
And just one more thing for you
Sure.
too. I've had an
Sure.
incident where a woman uh, stopped talking to me, and it hurt me because I thought we were better. She came back. She apologized, and now we're actually doing things together.
Oh, look at God. Oh,
So
wow. I love it.
after, but she didn't see me go around and talk about her or slander her name or throw her under the bus.
Right.
This is what I'm explaining. When God, some people are going through things in their life that they
Right.
need a moment. Give them their
Give
moment,
'em.
but never. I don't switch up. That's one thing about me, Tanya.
Yeah.
You'll know me forever. I don't care about the bad experiences that me and the person had, but
Yeah.
I'm never gonna throw that person under the bus.
Yeah. I
I'm
love
never
it.
going to talk bad about that person, because that how, if I talk bad about another sister, that looks bad on me.
That's right. You're right. You're right. And you're not living
What I'm preaching,
what you're preaching.
that's
Absolutely.
exactly right. How am I going to uplift a woman and then talk negative about another
Come
woman?
on.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And so if you got me as a friend, I'm a friend indeed. I don't care what we done been through.
Oh,
I
wow.
don't care that the wrongs you done, but my heart, I have a forgiving heart. And God
Yeah.
says, when you remember, forgive again, forgive again.
Yeah.
Forgive again. I forgive. I forgive. How many times you should forgive your brother? 77 times seven. Come on now.
As many times. And it's like, you so you first, you hit the nail on the head, because we need to give each other grace, right? That's kind of like the first thing. Like, give each other grace, right? I'm sorry, I was messing with stuff. Give each other grace, and then or give your sister grace, but give yourself grace too, right?
Hmm.
Because we are going to make some mistakes and stuff, right? And you just we it's meant to, what did you learn from it? What did you learn from that experience? That's what I would tell a lot of people. Like, you're going through something, ask God to show you what this lesson is that you're supposed to be learning, right? So that you know how to handle that in the future, or to grow from whatever it is that's going on. I love that. And to me, that takes maturity and growth, to be that person to say, I don't care how many times you've done something to me, I'm not going to change toward you. That's growth. That's maturity. Because a lot of us cannot do that. Let's just be real about it. There's a lot of people who's like, no, I'm good. They show me who they are. I'm moving on. Right. Instead of saying, you know what? It's a spirit, because that's what we really need to
Come
understand.
on.
It's spirit.
That's
It's
it.
not the person.
It's not the
So
person.
let's pray for them. Like we were talking about discernment earlier. If you've discerned the spirit, pray. First off, if it's some wicked stuff, let's go ahead and pray this on in the name of Jesus. Get away. Okay, let's do that first. But also pray for that person
That's right.
because they are battling something. And sometimes
Mhm.
people don't even realize it. They don't
They
even
don't.
realize because it's normal to them. They don't
It's
even
normal.
realize that they're doing something wrong. So let's keep them in prayer. That's the best thing we can do. One of the very best things we can ever do for each other is to lift
That's
each other
right.
up in prayer.
That's
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. That's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful
Yes,
story.
and then how they can get connected to me. I'm
Yeah.
Chanel Monique, Chanel Monique, ChanelMonique.com, ChanelMonique.com. And then I'm on Facebook as Chanel Monique, Minister Chanel Monique Lee. You can always reach out to me that way. Like I said, ChanelMonique.com is one of the ways. I'm the elite business women. You can go there and connect with the elite business women, collaborate with us. Come on now, because I tell you, we are as strong as our sister, and we're
Amen.
stronger in numbers.
That's
It
right.
I share my sister Tanya's accomplishments not only because I know her, but because I promote what she's doing,
Mhm.
and all the time. And so we as sisters have to share and not be scared of our sister getting ahead of us. If she get look, if she gets a magazine deal and on her magazine deal taking her picture, I want to congratulate my sister because she looking good. That's, I'm just saying, and if
Well,
my
let me tell y'all something about let me tell y'all something about this Chanel. And I want to tell you here live on this stream. This was something I was kind of debating with back and forth, but no, it kept coming back in my spirit. And I'm like, okay, God. So you know what I do with Design with a Purpose, right? And most of my followers know what Design with a Purpose is. And so we have our annual event, the third Saturday of October, like every. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that up there. Every third Saturday in
okay,
October is when it takes place. And so this year, it's very exciting to me. And so she said a few things, and one of the things was like, she said, if I see my sister on that magazine cover, what some of you don't know is that Chanel is who introduced me to a lot of these awards and things I got nominated for. No one, to my knowledge, I mean, you do little stuff in junior high, high school, right? People nominate you for things. But I'm saying in my adult life and things that I'm doing with this ministry of mine with Design with a Purpose, no one had done that. And it's like, all I did was reach out. This is in my mind. Well, all I did was reach out and see if she wanted to be a part of my event. But this is what talks to your testimony and everything about you. You just said, we are connected. I see you're doing great things out here. I want other people to know what great things you're doing. That's how the word gets spread amongst us as women, and not being afraid to share what the other sister is doing. You nominated me for, I don't know, a lot of awards last year. And so out of that, it's like okay, 2016 is when God laid it in my spirit for Design with a Purpose.
hmm
I didn't do anything with it until 2018. This is what I'm saying, like when you run, because I would run like, Lord, I want running, okay? But it's like, okay, Tanya, just do it. And
yeah,
so part of that was recognizing those local celebrities, like you were
yeah,
just saying, these women that's out here locally in our community doing things that they don't necessarily have to, but they feel compelled to, and they're led to do it. That takes work. And how can we honor them? How can we recognize them and show them support? And so the award portion had totally went out my brain because I'm so focused on the event and thinking that I was going to do like a mentoring program, which I may still do that, right? But it's just a lot of pieces to Design with a Purpose. But you and your nominations of the awards made me go back and say, why in the world haven't you done your own awards for Design with a Purpose that you said you was going to do? Like you never even took the moment to do that. And I'm telling you, I did my research. I did my work. I talked to some ladies that's close to me, like, hey, would y'all like to be some judges for me? Like, I'm trying to figure this thing out. And, it all came together. So just be the first to know, Chanel, that you are the inspiration. You literally are the inspiration of me bringing the award portion of Design with a Purpose this year. We will be requesting nominees starting in May. And I was waiting to kind of like, well, do I just like pop it up and say, I'm like, no, I want you to know that you are the inspiration behind that. And I think that we can comfortably say, because we just said there's enough space. Do you know how many people, how many women, or how many organizations are doing awards for women?
Yeah.
It's not based on copying or following. It's
Mm-mm.
based on what you feel in your spirit or what you have been called to do.
That's right.
And I feel like I have a different following than from what you have, right?
Yeah.
And vice versa, right? We That's what we all do. So let me introduce that to my following and beyond, right? And so thank you so much for that inspiration. You'll start seeing those posts soon for nominations, and we will have an award ceremony on October 21st
And it,
for those winners. So I mean, you helped bring that back up at me because I was like, oh gosh, it's good. I was like, wait a minute, Tanya, what do you supposed to have already been doing this? And
yeah,
I like have this long list of women that I was wanting to, and it may still come to fruition, right? I'm not saying it won't, but a long list of different thing or categories, that I wanted to recognize women because we work hard.
that's right. And it's not that you copying, sister. You can do the award show. You can anybody that people have to understand that just because somebody else do it, don't mean you copy them. How many
Yeah,
people listen? I don't reinvent the wheel. I've
that's
always
right.
learned that you copy the right cat, you gonna
Yeah,
make the right amount of money.
yeah. Come on, speak on it. Speak on it.
No, so
Yeah,
it's not copying your sister. It's
yeah.
just you taking that idea as well and implement it into your organization, which is going to grow your organization even bigger. I'm gonna tell you, the award show has truly grown elite business women, and I can't
Mhm.
wait to have it. But it's so lot. You probably have a
Yeah.
team. I ain't got a team. I'm over here trying to figure out like,
I
Lord,
don't
Lord.
necessarily no, I don't necessarily have a team. I just asked some ladies would they like to help me judge. Because it is because I was like, oh, that's gonna be a lot.
I'm just
And
saying the way
but
you
I
kicked
can
off your event last year, and
oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, no, yeah.
I just thought you had a whole team, a
No ma'am.
whole fashion team, and everything. Like,
No, ma'am. That's that planner in me that I do on my 9 to 5, right? And those skills that I took to do something for myself, but I do ask for help.
yeah,
Please understand. Like I do have a group of ladies, my crew, I call them my grown woman BFFs. Like, hey, are you ladies available to help me this year? They always there without hesitation, and that is a true blessing for me.
yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
You do
So
it well.
yeah, but you were that inspiration. I wanted you to hear that from me, that
Oh,
you were that inspiration, not because you're doing your own award show, it's because you were nominating me for awards. And I'm like, yeah, that's what we're supposed to be doing for each other and not being afraid to nominate your sister because you think she's going to get it or the award or you think she's going to get the recognition. That's why you should do it because you want
exactly.
her to win and you want her to get the recognition. That's why we should be doing what we're doing. So I wanted to tell you that on this here show that you all heard it first. We'll be taking those nominations in May, and I'm so
Good,
excited to announce the categories and all those things soon. So I just
good.
wanted to tell you that, Chanel. Thank you so much
I'm
for being a
excited
part
for you.
being a part of um, collaboration over competition, the reboot today. I appreciate you and your time. I appreciate those who came and watched. If you do watch this after the fact, please put hashtag replay in the comments. Let us know what you thought. I was trying to show comments for those who are watching up on the screen here, but let me tell you something. Like we said, this technology, it's all good though, because this talk was good.
Yes,
We'll see the comments, Chanel, after the fact.
after the show, right?
I'm sure you had some support, and that's what I wanted to show you. But thank you again for taking time out your day and your very busy schedule. Because I'm like, she on everybody platform. Ain't she talking over here? She talking over there. She's blowing up. She is the truth. She is
And
Miss
then I had a
Collaboration. You are Miss Collaboration. How about that?
I had a brunch that I was supposed to be at, but the devil is a liar. Let me just tell you what happened while we
Oh.
go. Me and my husband was on the way back from church at Easter, and in my BMW truck, it has a panoramic roof. So a tree fell on the car.
Oh
Thank God
no.
we were okay, but it
Yeah.
messed up my panoramic roof, and no one has that part. And so trying to get that fix has been like, ooh, I've been pulling my hair out trying to get that BMW. And I said, this is what I get for buying these foreign cars. And first of all, that's something that nobody can fix.
Oh God.
And so Yeah, I was supposed to be at a brunch too because I wanted to do this and I wanted to be at a brunch and I wanted to support my sisters. And but God told, that happened, so I couldn't get it fixed. And they said it was gonna rain, so I can't drive with no roof on top.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and so it's just that God, everything works out according to His purpose and His plan. And I was able to get on the show and feel
Yes.
comfortable, and definitely, I thank you for everything that you're doing. I mean,
Thank
don't
you.
stop, don't stop.
Thank you.
Don't
Thank
stop.
you.
You listen. I know some of my sisters. They love Tanya. Trust me, they
Oh,
talk
that
to
is so
you all
sweet.
the time.
That's so
And
sweet.
so, just the love that you're showing, trust me, it's coming back a thousandfold. You
Thank
ain't
you
gotta
so
worry.
much.
It might not look like it, but keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. I do. And I'm a firm believer that God has a plan and a purpose for all things. And I was not going to sit here and let this technology on today discourage me. And you saw how we got through it, didn't we, sis? We
Yes,
got
we did.
through the call. And so again, thank you so much, Chanel.
Thank you.
You are always welcome
Yes.
on over here. Always. I truly appreciate you. Thank you, everybody who joined us. Any last words you want to say, or I don't even want to say that last word. Any other words you would like to say before we end this call? I try to use my words wisely
Yeah.
before we end this
Well,
call.
I just want to tell my sisters, like my sister starting. This is a movement,
Yeah.
collaboration over competition.
Oh yeah,
It's a movement,
absolutely,
and so I believe that if we start collaborating instead of looking at a person as competition, we all can win. So I want to
absolutely.
advise your sisters: heal, heal first,
Hmm.
then get the love on somebody, love yourself, and then
Yeah,
love others, and
yeah,
then collaborate. Come
yeah.
on. When you
Come
do
on,
that, that's powerful.
that's some
It's
powerful
powerful.
stuff. I love it. Y'all heard it. Heal, heal first, ladies, and love yourselves first. Give yourselves grace, and we'll all get through this thing together. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one. Thank you,
Thank
Chanel.
you.
All right,
Thank
bye
you.
bye.
Bye.